Hello, what's going on, my friends? How you doing? It is me, Lasty here. Welcome today to a brand new episode of the FC 26 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. Yeah, that's right. We've already reached 50 episodes. Halfway to our first century already. Doesn't time just fly when you're having fun? Hope you're all doing well. Happy Thursday to you. Getting those rivals rewards, I do hope. That's what we're going to attempt to work towards today, actually. I've got some rivals matches to play because I'm literally on 1 point. So if I want to bring you rivals rewards in tomorrow's episode, I need to play quite a few games. If you enjoyed today, hit me with a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. Don't forget all my social links are down below. You know the drill. But don't worry, it's not just going to be Rivals gameplay, although that will be a fair chunk. We will start with some more interesting and exciting stuff. I logged in and I had a 3x84 pack. I don't know why, but I'll take it. And one of my mates also got it, so I assume maybe we all got it. Anyone know what it was for? Please let me know with a comment below if you have any idea why we all got an 84 times 3. Unfortunately, mine wasn't the greatest. 284s and 185. But this is what I thought, episode 50, the big 5-0. Let's open 180k pack, shall we? Got 280k coins just sitting there. And I didn't see a Scream walkout tunnel, which kind of made me think, oh, this might not be worth it. And we get a Ruben Diaz with, I think it was Atletico Madrid as the secondary walkout. I was just hoping that this was going to be a special Griezmann. But of course, we haven't got the Scream tunnel. So it's Oblak. And I'm just like, oh, I can't believe I've just wasted 180,000 coins. What have I done? You win some, you lose some. And one thing's for sure is that I will never learn from my mistakes of opening store packs with coins, because they just intrigue me so much. And one time I'll open one and I will literally get Hullet. And you know what? That day has yet to come, but maybe one day. We do get 4 walkouts in the pack. We get a lone Mariona, so some things that are sort of useful for us. But yeah, definitely not the greatest, and an expensive way to complete the Honor Battle, or Honor Batia, I think is how you pronounce her name, SBC, because yes, it did give me the fodder in the club to go ahead and complete the 2 squads for her SBC, but she's 50k from scratch. And, the pack we just opened was 180,000. So definitely a cheaper way to do it would be to buy the fodder if that's what you wanted to do. However, we risked it for the biscuit. And unfortunately, we were not provided with the biscuit. Oh, well, I could do without a biscuit, to be fair. So on a battle completed, welcome to the club. Now, I've completed this card not because she can play right mid, not because she can play right back, because, I'd literally use Hakimi there, but because I have Patry, I have Bonmati. This is a perfect link to the 2 girls from the Barca women's team. She can play left back. I think this is just a Balde replacement with slightly better stats everywhere, apart from maybe pace, and I'm actually quite interested. Apparently, people that have used her regular card says she's actually really good. So a plus like 8 on pace. I'm thinking that she could be pretty solid at the back. So I'm genuinely quite curious to see how this card does. Super well-rounded stats-wise. So yeah, we'll give her a go. She can go into the main squad in replacement of Balde, and we'll see how we get on with it. Now, I then opened with some of the spare rares from that pack. I did a bunch of these 79 times 2s. Only 2 of them are worth showing you. The first one we ended up getting a Dortmund Swedish centre mid, Ultimate Scream. And then we do get a walkout in the very final one of these packs. Finally, you know what? These have been trash for me. So the fact that I even did any more of them is again, me not learning my lesson. But we get Declan Rice. So, yeah, it's another piece of fodder. And that's going to help us complete the, what is it called? Like the campaign mix bag thing. We'll get it done eventually. But for now, time to change the squad, and realizing that obviously Balde plays for the male Barca team, so he's Spanish from La Liga, whereas On a Battle plays for in the Liga F, so she actually didn't help with Nico Williams' chemistry, and there's fireworks now going off in the background, because as I'm filming this, it is November the 5th, which is Guy Fawkes night. So apologies if you can hear that. Hopefully you won't be able to. May I just say that outside of like Disney World, where they put on really good fireworks shows, I think fireworks are such a waste of money, and they just scare dogs and stuff. So I dislike them a lot. All right, and they interrupt my videos, so that's annoying too. But more for the doggos, poor doggos. They get scared, don't they? Anyway, sorry. Moving on. Because Nico Williams dropped a chemistry point because we replaced a male with a female in the squad from a different league, I decided to put Javinho there. And you know what? Because he's a hero, he gets full chem anyway. And he's a fairly similar player in terms of having loads of pace, good dribbling, and then obviously rapid plus as the playstyle. So similar in those ways to Nico Williams, but I think Williams is also obviously got the 5-star weak foot, whereas Javinho does not. And I've got a feeling that Nico Williams is just better. But it was a time for me to try out a hero that I packed, so why not, right? And I have loads of rivals to play, because I literally got to, you know, as I'm filming this on Wednesday evening, I got to Wednesday during the day and realised, oh, I have 1 point in Rivals, and it took, well, it didn't take that much convincing, because I know I wanted rewards, but I had to say to myself, Tom, are you going to go with Rivals rewards this week, or are you going to be lazy and not do it? And, you know, luckily, it prevailed, a little bit of motivation popped up, and I was able to get my games played. And luckily, it's not 45 points you need nowadays, it's 30 points. And if you start going on a little bit of a hot streak, you can actually earn 4 points per game instead of 3 for every win. So, like, there is a way to really quickly get through your Rivals games if you can go on a little win streak. We're not so great at doing that. I think I maybe go on one little streak here, and I think I get 4 points once. So it helps me a little bit. But yeah, definitely not the greatest. And you'll notice that some points throughout this episode, we spring through Division 6. Some points were a little bit further back. And that was because I came up against a lot of varying different players. You're going to see the wins here today. I'm not going to show you the L's. There are plenty of L's, and they really came from me rage quitting. If I was 2 or 3 goals down pretty early on, and mainly if my opponent seemed like a super sweat. First time I ever conceded one of those glitch goals, by the way, the rainbow flick volley thing. My opponent was also lined up in like a 4-5-1 super meta. I guarantee he got his tips and tricks off of TikTok. But at 2-1, I hit him with a celebration and he quit. So thank you very much. But yeah, terrible goal to concede that rainbow flick volley thing. No. You can't be doing that now. That needs to get patched. I thought it already was patched. Why did it work? But anyway, yeah, there are plenty of games that we quit because my opponent was either just way better than me or being super sweat and just reasons to not enjoy the game. So that is obviously one reason that I won't end up getting many of these 4-point games and going on many crazy streaks, because for every win, I typically take a loss as well in Rivals. Sometimes we do go on a mini hot streak, but it doesn't typically last very long. And it's interesting as well to see who you come up against. And just take a look in the top left as I'm playing my games here today. And obviously these are all victories that you're seeing. Interesting to see how many people were on a hot streak or players that just aren't. I'm noticing quite a lot of people that aren't on hot streaks, aka maybe people that are just quitting games and trying to find the easy games, a little bit like what I've done here today. So at 2-2, Javinho decided to get involved for one of the first times for me here. He ends up scoring a 88th minute winning goal on his weak foot, 3-star weak foot, by the way. But yeah, it was all about the pace and the dribbling there for him. And he got me a victory. So after using him for a few games, I can say that Nico Williams is just better. He just is much better. He's good. Javinho seems all right. I think he needs an Evo, though. The one thing that Nico Williams has is that 5-star weak foot, and he just seems like he's got more stature about him and stuff, so I think that helps. Now, we do the campaign mix player pack again. I think I get that wrong every time. No walkout, though, unfortunately. I see Italian, Serie A, Roma, and that is going to be Mancini, 85 overall rated, 73 pace, 87 defending, 84 physical. He's actually got anticipate and intercept as base play styles, which is pretty good. And again, he's like an Evo away from probably being a really good Serie A centre-back. So he's one for the club that we can keep hold of. And if the right Evo came out, I'd happily pop him into it if there wasn't any better Ipswich Town options or anything like that, you know. I have to say, as much as my opponent had Pina, I have to rate that they had a couple of good Sunderland Evos. And this was a real against the run of play kind of game where I scored that, but I was basically defending against my opponent for every moment of this game apart from these two little counter-attacks. And it was that actually made him quit. So we get a very kind of a lucky 2-0 victory there. But GG's to you. And with the Sunderland badge, you can see you got a couple Sunderland Evos. I respect a team like that. Even with the Claudia Pina in there, you know, you've got to respect it. So a few more wins to go then. I think we're now over the halfway mark. I think that one got me up to... Was that get me up to 17 points? And this might be where we start to go on a little bit of a run. Benzema with a nice low-driven shot. I've been finding him pretty slow as of late. Oh, you know what? I reckon you guys will probably know by now, because it is the 5th, isn't it? Isn't today the day that, or yesterday for you guys, isn't that when we were going to get the upgrades on the screen cards? They're going to get a 99 stat each. So maybe that's at 6 o'clock, which for me is in half an hour. So you guys can be able to let me know down below if you've got any screen players that got like a really good boost. The reason I'm saying that is because I've just been feeling like Benzema's not quite quick enough, and I can only hope and pray that he gets 99 pace. That would be unreal. Although there's a lot of people with Benzema, and if he got 99 pace, I think he'd be better than Pina for the upcoming weekend league, and everyone would be using him. Maybe it's best for all parties if he didn't get that. Anyway, you guys will probably know what stat he got a boost in, and all of the other cards that you've got in your club that you've unlocked via SBCs or managed to pack. Curious to know who your best screen player is now, and were they your best one beforehand, or is the new stat that they've been given made them a way better card? Let me know down below. Up against my opponent here, who is on a hot streak and gets an early goal. He had a Vinny and a Yamal, which I would quite like both in my club at some point. If you're watching, EA, thank you. But we get an equaliser. Benzema. We can go on a little counter-attack again here. Benzema can knock it through to Paul Pogba, getting in an attacking position. My deep-lying playmaker, I must have accidentally sent him on a manual run because I don't really want him pushing up that far forward. But, hey, he got me a goal, so 0 complaints there. And then when Benzema gets that goal, first-time shot to put me 3-1 up, my opponent does quit, and we can go up. Is this where we get a pretty big victory? And I think that was maybe where we got a big old boost, put me on a hot streak or something. My next opponent had a 5-back. But with quite a few skillers, I was getting absolutely kazooied against this guy, especially with his right-back, Quadrado, you know, the Ultimate Scream variant. He seemed unbelievable, by the way. Like, really, really good card. And obviously with the 5-star skills, my opponent was doing some tricky things. I was struggling, not going to lie. It was the first time I've really come up against a skiller on this game that wasn't just trying to play like super meta. And it felt quite nice to score a goal off of a skill move there. It was only a Berber spin, of course, but it was nice to send a couple of defenders for hot dogs, and we could get the goal from it. And then eventually we end up winning this game, which I did not think was going to happen. I think this guy was levels above me, but was trying to play away, which is not going to give you as much success as possible. But GG for the... Oh, that was the game where we went up loads of different ranks for being on a hot streak. But yeah, you can't play like... If he'd have knocked down the skill move levels that he was doing in that game by about like 20-30%, and then upped it with a little bit of like passing and moving and taking the right shots, he would have beat me by like 5 goals. He was actually a good player. But I respect the trying to get as many cool skill goals as you can get. Now my opponent got a red card. He gave a penalty away like really, really early on. First attack of the game, I think. And he luckily didn't quit, although I think I would have got the victory from it. But then we knocked the ball through. Javinho manages to hold the defender off, whack it into the back of the net with a little finesse, and we can get the rage quit. So that gave me my 30th point. It gives me Rivals rewards, which I can give to you guys tomorrow. And of course, we are now qualified for the Weekend League. So yeah, let me know about the old ultimate screen boosts. Out of my squad here, Pogba, Onabacha, and Benzema. Are we looking at beasts? Anyone got pace? That's pretty much what we're looking for. Yeah, be curious to know what's happening there. I'll talk about it tomorrow when I know more about it as well. But if you've enjoyed the episode today, please do me a little favor. Hit me with a thumbs up. Subscribe as well if you're new. And don't forget, all my social links can be found down below. Have a great rest of your day, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace.